So yesterday we have learned about EBS volumes. What are EBS volume? Different type of EBS volume. How can we use them? Now today we are going to do the practical in the lab. That how can we use EBS volume in EC2 machine? How can we change the volumes? But till here, anybody has any question? So let's log into the machine. Let's create one EC2 machine. So this is our console. Click on EC2 machine. Go to instance. Click on launch instance. Give name. Select your EMI. Select your OS T2 micro key value pair. I'm using the same which we have used previously. Okay, security group. I'm selecting the security group which we have created previously, and you can see here if I click on edit, I can select the availability zone. So yesterday I have explained you that while creating a EC2 machine, we can select any one availability zone. Inside Mumbai region, there are three availability zones. So out of three, I can select anyone where I want to spawn my EC2 machine. I want to create a EC2 machine from this data center. Okay. So availability zone is a data center. In any of the data center, three data center, I want to create my EC2 machine. Okay. So if you want, you can select. Otherwise, if you click on no preference, Amazon will automatically create your EC. Amazon will automatically select any one of the availability zone and create the your EC2 machine. Now here is the tab of your EBS volume. So if you click on advanced, now you can see here by default there will be a one root volume. What is my root volume? This is a default volume on which your EC2 machine will install your OS and install your application. So this is a primary volume which you need to create. This is a primary volume which you need to attach to your EC2 machine. Without this, you won't able to install your OS. Okay. So by default, you can see T2. We have EBS volume. Now here you can see there are general purpose, provision, and so on. Okay. If you want, you can change the volume type. If you want, you can change the volume type. Now you can see here in the free tier, you are eligible for general purpose. Now here there is an option called delete on termination. What is my delete on termination? So as I said, the EBS volume is a separate entity. You are attaching this volume, you are attaching this hard disk to your EC2 machine, your RAM and CPU. When you terminate the RAM and CPU, do you want to delete the volume as well? There is an option that you keep the volume with you. Okay, but if you don't want this volume, that means the system will be this volume will be deleted as soon as your EC2 machine is getting terminated. Then you can click on delete on termination. Okay, if you want, you can add an additional volume. You can see here now. I'm adding an additional volume. It's a EBS storage. Yeah, you can see here. I can select this drive name. Snapshot. Don't select this anything. How much do you want? I want 10 GB. Which type? Provision one. Okay. So IOPS, and do you want it? Did, did it on termination? Yes. Okay. Do you want to encrypt your hard disk or not? If you want to encrypt your hard disk, you can encrypt through this option. IO1, IO2, GP1, GP2, GP3. I think they have decommissioned the GP1. Okay. So from here you can add your EBS volume. Okay, you can add more volume as you wish, but primary, this is a root volume. You can see here at least one volume you have to attach. This is a bootable volume. This is your custom volume. Okay, in advance I will show you that you can how you can create spot instance from here. We'll cover this in some time, but let's uh, okay, let's launch an instance. So this is your EC2 machine, right? Now, if you want to check how many volumes are running in your account, you can check from here. You can see that in the left side, EBS, Elastic Block Storage. Click on the volume. Now you can see there are two volumes we are currently using, and even you can see the on which EC2 machine it is attached. So for EC2 machine, there is an instance ID. This is a unique ID of your EC2 machine. Of each EC2 machine has a unique ID called instance ID. Okay, from this you can track your EC2 machine anytime. Okay, and there are some other properties of EC2 machine. If you go here, public IP, instance ID, private IP address, then these are the host DNS we are don't require right now. Then which machine it is running, T2 micro. Okay, T2 micro it's running on Elastic IP right now. There is no Elastic IP. I will explain what is Elastic IP. Auto assign public IP. This is again your public IP. Then in which network it is? It's in VPC, default VPC, subnet. IAM role. There is no role. We are going to attach a role after some time. Then AMI. Which OS you have selected? This is information about your OS. Then launch time. Which key value pair you have selected? There might be more key value pair, and you want to find out this EC2 machine is used using which key value pair. You can check from here. Okay, then host, is it dedicated host? It's a default host, so it is a default host. You can check in the security part which VP subnet security group we have attached, what are the permission we have given in the security group. Network, it will give about the network information, VPC and IP address regarding, and you can see the availability zone. In 1A, AP South 1, it's Mumbai, and A is the availability zone. Okay, even that can be seen here, availability zone. AP South 1A. Storage. Now you can see in this EC2 machine we have attached two volumes. One is this volume, another is this. Status check, this is run by Amazon. Monitoring, we are going to start monitoring today. What is monitoring? But these are the few information about your EC2 machine, properties of your EC2 machine. If you go in the left side, will see the volume. Now this is the volumes which you have taken from Amazon, right? Now this volume is attached to which EC2 machine? You can check from here. These are the EC2 machine. In this EC2 machine, this volume is attached. Okay, and you can see the type. This is GP3. This is the root volume. This is additional volume which we have attached. You can see some information about these volumes, volume ID, size, type, volume state, encryption, if it is encrypted or not, and other information, right? Let me know, in your local system, in your local laptop, can we change the hard disk if the your laptop is running? Let's say you want to upgrade your hard disk, you want to attach an additional hard disk. Can you attach additional hard disk, or you can, let's say you can upgrade your internal hard disk if your system is running? If your laptop is running, can you upgrade your hard disk in running system? We can't upgrade your system, right? Any hard disk or anything while running the system, right? But in this case, in EC2 machine, we can upgrade the volumes, we can upgrade the hard disk. You can see right now, if I click on a particular hard disk and click on action and modify the volume, if I want to modify it to from provision to, let's say, throughput optimize, okay, and I want to increase the size, you can do that. So it is saying that it's running, it will take some time. And I want to change this general purpose volume size to from 8 GB to 15 GB. No, it will your system might go a little slow, but it will not impact your system. But generally Amazon says that stop the machine and then do the modification, but they have given a provision. Why? To avoid any failure, application failures. As you said, it's not always that the system will fail or application will fail, but to be safe, please stop the machine and then upgrade the your any volumes. But there is a provision that in the running system you can increase your volume, but you can't decrease. You can't decrease. Right now you can see it is in use and optimizing. It's changing. But if you have upgraded, if you have increased the volume, you will not able to decrease it. Okay, you can only increase the size of the volume. Okay, any question? Now we are using a Linux system, right? If you are logging in the system, let's log in into the system. Let's connect from console itself. Okay, so what was my how many hard disks I have attached? How can I check the hard disk? df-kh is the command. I can check the hard disk. So let me increase the size. Okay, can you see? So what is the command? df-kf. I can see the size, but you can see it. It only attached one volume, xvda1. It didn't attach the second volume, and even if you go to your install EC2 section and check the volume, did it come up or not? Okay, still this is upgrading and this is in use, but in your EC2 machine it is not showing the second volume. Can anybody explain me why it is not showing the second volume? And even if this is upgrading to from 8 GB to 15 GB, that is also not being shown in the machine. Why? We have upgraded, right? We have attached an external volume. Still, it is not showing in the EC2 machine. Why? So this is because we are using Linux system. In your Windows, when you attach your pen drive, when you attach a pen drive, you have you seen that there are some software which are installed when you attach a external hard disk or pen drive. It need to install something, and it will create a mount point for you. Previously, Windows, if you have used Windows XP or later version, you might have seen with pen drive that time a CD used to come which we have to install to enable the pen drive. Remember, if you want to enable the pen drive, that time CD used to come. We need to install the software to enable access of our pen drive. Nowadays, Windows is coming with pre-configuration of your pen drive and all hard disk, so that you don't want to do anything. You don't have to do anything. You just have to attach a pen drive, and it will show up in your Windows will detect that. Windows will able to detect your pen drive or external hard disk attached. But this is a Linux system. Even though we have attached an external hard disk, its OS hasn't detected yet. Okay, even we have attached the hard disk or we have increased the volume of the hard disk, your Linux OS has not detected that 125 GB or external volume is attached to the OS. So for that we have to manually mount them. So if you go and search mount EBS volume to EC2 instance, search directly and you will find a document from Amazon itself. Make an EBS volume available for your Linux system directly. Okay, just click enter this command in your EC2 machine. Okay, now you can see this is one, your 8 GB drive is there, and apart from that which you have increased, you have attached an external hard disk 125 GB. You can see here your A drive A has 8 GB plus 15 GB also it is showing. But right now in the system, if you check, only 8 GB is showing. Your root volume is of 15 GB, but only 8 GB is available to use. And again, there is one more hard disk attached to your system, but it is not mounted in your file system. In your file system, we are only able to see 8 GB. So this is a Linux system. You have to do everything manually. Okay. So this is a command I will show you. It's nobody is going to ask you in exam or something. Just if you want, I'm just showing you how can we do that. Okay. So you can read the document. You can try it out yourself. I'm just quickly creating the file system. So copy the command. Now what is a volume name? XVDB. Okay. So here instead of XVDF, I have to enter B. copy this command, paste it. They have given the document like what you have to do, how you have to do, and so on. So yes, it is showing. Mm-hmm. File system type FSS, name. Okay, everything is good. Okay, enter this command. So what basically we are doing? We are mounting our hard disk. By default, by default in Linux, any Linux system, if you attach an external hard disk, it will not populate automatically. You have to manually uh, do that. You didn't got error. So yeah, everything is good here. Make directory. So you don't have to learn or understand this command. Even I never remember this command. Directly you can search Google. You will able to find and follow the step. That's it. Couple of commands. Now you will see that your hard disk is mounted. Can you see? And the path is slash data. So I can store my information in this. This is a mount point. This is your physical mount point, and this is your virtual mount point. Means it's a C drive, D drive, E drive. You can give the name. So I've given a name as data. This is how you can make mount your drives. Not that couple of commands are there. Automatically mount and volume after reboot. So you have to execute this command. Then any system, any volume you're attaching, it will be automatically mounting after you restart your machine. These are the commands. Even you can add this. This is 15 GB, but it is showing 8 GB. For that also, you will find the commands to upgrade it. Okay. So this is how you can attach or increase the volume of your EC2 machine EBS volume. Any question? Yes, no. So here, if you see, we have talked about the spot instance, right? Let's launch a machine which is spot instance. Select your key, select your security group. So you can see I'm not creating a new one, I'm using the existing one. Storage, let it be default. Scroll down. Now here you can see spot instance. Request for a spot instance. If you click here, now spot instance, they're not showing the charges. So, okay, customize. So here you can see uh, set your maximum price. So here I can put the price. So what is the current price of this this machine? Let's check the charges of the on-demand charges of the T2 micro. We are using T2 micro, right? Let's check on-demand price of T2 micro and how much do we want to pay. Okay, so let's go to the instance type and type here T2 micro. T2 micro on demand price is 0.0124 in Mumbai region. So here I can give any charges which is lesser than this 0.0124. Okay, so I am writing 0.003. Okay, so if Amazon sees that this price, if this is available with them and they are willing to pay the EC2 machine on this price which is less, nearly one fourth, 12, I have given 3, so they will give me the machine, otherwise they will say there is no machine available. Okay, so you can set your price here, and there are other option, request one time, only I'm requesting one time. Okay, validation, expiry, no expiry date, that's it. Okay, so you can select the spot instance from here and launch the machine. So you can see your spot instance request is lower than the minimum spot instance value, that is 0.37. Okay, so it is minimum, we have to pay 0.37. So let's increase it to 4. Okay, now launch. Okay, so Amazon says that the machine is available. Now this machine, the charges for this machine will be 0.004 instead of 0.12. Right now I'm out of free tire. So this machine is allocated to me at nearly one fourth of the actual price. That is a spot instance. But the caveat of spot instance is this, that if anybody is paying more, willing to pay more amount, Amazon might take back this machine from you anytime. They will give a notification of 15 minutes before they are going to take the machine. Okay, they will give they will send a mail, they will send a notification to your mail ID that this machine will be taken back from you. Amazon is going to take that machine back from you. Okay, this is a spot instance. Reserve instance, click on here, reserve instance. You can purchase the reserve instance from Amazon. So purchase, what machine do you want? You want dedicate machine, you want a default tendency convertible, which type of machine do you want? T family, C family, okay, T3 micro, what is the period? Okay, you can select this filters and search. Now you can see there are different options available. If you are paying the amount upfront, okay, so what is the effective price? Let's go with the T2 micro. T2 micro and search. What is the price of T2 micro? Is 0.012 dollar, right? You can see if I'm paying upfront for a 1 year, effective price is this much. They have given a discount of 0.005 dollar. Okay, if you are paying no upfront payment, so I will pay month every month, so their charges are 0.008. Standard, convertible, okay, and there are other discounts. If you're going for 36 months, 3 years, you can see there are more discounts. Upfront payment for 36 months, this is a discount. So I am getting the EC2 machine which was nearly 0.012 dollar for on demand. If I'm going for a 1 year contract, I'm getting 0.07 dollars, nearly 40% discount. Here it's nearly more than 55% discount. So this is what Amazon gives you. Now you have to select anything, add to cart, view it, The payment charges, like whatever the you have view it, confirm this thing, and it will be order. Okay, so I'm not doing that. It will charge me, but this is the reserve instance, and you can use that machine anytime. Now, dedicate host. How can I create a dedicate host? Right now, there is no dedicated host in my account. Let's go to EC2 machine, create one machine, scroll down to advanced directly, advanced detail. Can you find the tendency? You can see tendency. Here you can see that it's by default run a machine on share hard drive instance. As I said, EC2 machine, there is a physical server, and on top of that, you will get a multiple. Your machine will be shared by multiple people. A single hard disk, a single machine is divided into multiple virtual machine, and it is allocated to you. Okay, so single hardware is allocated to multiple people. But if you want to run a dedicated, that means the whole hardware belongs to you. You don't want to share the hardware. So from here you can select additional charges apply. You can see, and it will show you the detail. Okay, dedicate host, a spot. It will show you the charges as well. You can compare from here, on demand, dedicate on demand, and you can try and check your pricing. Okay, dedicate reserve instance. So Amazon's is giving you the price chart. So $2 per machine will be charged for dedicated instance, and so on. Okay, so from here we can select the dedicate host. Okay, there are more options available. What type of hardware you want to select, what type of kernel you want to select, but this is not required. This is a very high level. For right now, as per your level, you don't have to go to in this more detail. Okay, placement group, we are going to cover placement group. Okay, now delete protection. What is my delete protection? Anybody know what is delete protection? So if you enable a delete protection, so let that this is a machine. Okay, if you go to this action and instance settings, you can see the termination protection. Click on this, enable this. So while creating the machine also you can enable this. While creating the machine, you can enable the delete protection or termination protection. So what is your termination protection? You can see here termination protection or stop protection or other option is there. What is mean by this? So I have enabled a termination protection or delete protection. That means if you accidentally, let's say this is your important server, this is your important server, let's say this is your database, your database is running on this EC2 machine, and by mistake somebody click on termination. So it will protect the fail to terminate. The instance is may not terminate. Please modify the delete termination. Okay. So you have it protects your machine by accidentally deleting the machine. So what you have to do, if you want to terminate this machine, first of all disable that. Go to the setting, change termination protection, and disable this option. If you are not disabling this option, that means you will not. Nobody will able to delete this machine. So this protects your machine from accidental delete. Clear? Okay. Any question till here about volume, about spot instance, reserve instance? Now let me show you. Yes, no. Clear? You're using it now, you can connect to that machine na, anytime. You have to connect to that machine, right? You can connect to any of the machine. This is how you will have to log into the machine na. That is a fundamental thing. No, you can use it. Right? Okay. So this is how you have to connect to the machine, and whatever the task you want to do, you can do. Okay. Now, what we can do with the machine? The question is like, I think you want to ask what we can do with the machine, right? Okay. Now, it's a subjective question, but let me do one thing. Let's host a website on this machine. Let's create this machine to host a website, right? Remember, we have hosted a website. Do you remember how we hosted a website and what type of website we hosted? We hosted a static website in our EC2 machine, right? But I told you that we can, if you want to host a dynamic website or more information, different type of website, I told you that we are going to host in EC2 machine. So we require a machine to host a website. This is a EC2 machine. You can host a website in this machine. Okay. So to host a website, I have to install a software which will help me to host a website. Right? By default, machine will not host a website. I have to install some application, some software. So in your EC2 folder, you will see the steps to host a website in any one of the assignment. Yes, assignment number 1 itself. Okay, so in your assignment you can see the same thing which we have covered right now. How to log in into the EC2 machine, how to host a website. You can try this at your home. Okay, how can you delete the machine? Okay, these are the few information. You can try this out, and yeah. Okay, so how can we install a machine? How can we host a website in your EC2 machine? Host a website in EC2. Okay, so this is update OS and install Apache. So this is your Linux machine. How many of you don't know the Linux command? Have you worked on Linux and no? Have you worked on Linux? Anybody? Yes or no? So basic Linux, okay. Basic Linux command to clean the screen. Clean, clean all. Hmm? Clear. Sorry, my bad. Clear. To clean the screen, the command is clear. Okay. Now, if you want to install anything, if you want to update your Linux system, the command is yum update. Let me know if you are not able to see. I will increase the screen size. Okay, yum update. Okay, let me connect this machine through putty. It will be easy for me to increase the screen size. So this is a putty. How can we log into putty? Just copy the public URL. So this is my machine. Copy this public IP ec2 -user at the rate IP address. Go to SSH, go to authentication, go to credentials, give the PPK file. So we have, okay, this is my PPK. So you can see I'm not converting PAM to PPK every time. It's a one-time task. Go to settings, output T, change the settings, and appearance, font size to 18. Now you can see, is it visible? So what is the command to clear the screen? Clear. Now if I want to update my Linux system, yum update. Okay, now it is giving me that you don't have a permission because I am logged in with root user. So if I want to switch to root user, what is the command? SUD SU. It will switch. You can see I am logged in with EC2 user. This user doesn't have full permissions to upgrade, to install anything. So I have to switch to root user. Root user basically means admin. If your user has permission to switch to root user, you can do that. In EC2 machine, we have the permission that EC2 user can switch to root user. So I have right now in root user. Root user means it has full permission. So yum update. So it will update the system. So you can see the latest version is there, nothing to do. Okay, sometime you have to update. Now install. Now this is a software called Apache. There is a software in Linux machine to host a website. It's called Apache. Host website in EC2. If you type on Google, you will find so many articles. But there is a software called Apache. Okay, to host a website. Even Amazon will give you some tutorials. Not, I don't want to go here. Okay, so to download the software, what is the name of the software? It's Apache. There are so many documents. You can see it is installing Apache web server. If you search how to install Apache web server in your EC2 machine, you will get the document. This is Apache web server. So what is the command to install the Apache or any software? Yum install. Yum install is the command to install anything. And after that, name of the software. Apache web server, name of the software is HTTPD. To install Apache web server, what is the name? HTTPD. To install the Apache web server. Okay, wait, I will show you. Before that, just go to cd slash what is the problem? Where, okay, this is a folder where Apache will install. Now you can see here, can you find any folder name with the www here? I am in pwd. I am in this folder. I am in this folder. In this folder, can you find any folder name as www right now? No, right? So after installing yum install httpd, you can see it is asking me, do you want me to install this software? So I'm entering Y. Okay, it is installing. If you don't want to type Y command, so you can just type yum -y install httpd. So basically this means it will not ask you the permission. If you enter -y, it will not ask you for the permission. Automatically it will install. Okay, so now the Apache has been installed in your EC2 machine. Now if you check the folder, www folder is created. Let's go inside this folder. So what is the full path? cd where www and html folder. This folder you have to go. In Linux, you have to manually change the folder. Everything is command line. Everything is command line. So what is my cd? Change directory. Okay, so I am in this folder where www html folder. Okay, everything you have to type manually. Okay, so I'm clearing the screen. So I am in this folder. Now here, remember to host a website we required a HTML page. We created in our local system. Remember, we create an HTML page, index.html. This page something like this. So in EC2 machine also we have to create website this page. Okay. So you can copy this page or you can type this thing in EC2. In EC2 machine, Linux machine, how can we create a file? The command is to create a file. The command is okay. Right now you can just use this command echo and paste this thing completely. It's a simple. It will create a file. Okay, echo and it will create a file. So I will show you. You can see the index.html. The file is created. And you can see it's in the same format, HTML body h1. H1 is closed, body is closed, HTML is closed, and what is written inside that? Welcome to EC2 machine. This is how the website is hosted. I have created index.html. Now everything is ready. Just I have to start the server. This Apache, the website server. I just have to start this Apache. This is a command for starting. Just copy these three commands and paste it in your console. So now you can see. So first two commands are for starting, and the third command is to check the status. Look, what is the command? Service httpd and status. Just paste there, and you can see somewhere started will be there. Running. Can you see the word running? That means your website is started and it is hosted. So on which port does your website host? In which port? It is running on HTTP. So what is the port of HTTP? I have explained you. HTTP, what is the port? So remember on our security group, this security group, we have enabled HTTP. Remember protocol? When we created our security group, we enabled three ports. Remember? If you check in your security group, we have enabled three ports. One was SSH. What is my SSH? It is allow us to log into the EC2 machine, right? And other is HTTP and HTTPS. So this is for website connecting our EC2 machine through HTTP. So in our security group, we have opened these three ports. If you are not opening HTTP, you will not able to access the website. Again, जो सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप बनाया था, मैंने बताया था सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप क्यों बनाते हैं, जिससे हम EC2 को कनेक्ट कर सके. हमने SSH पे कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं, हमको HTTP पे कनेक्ट करना है क्योंकि हमने वेबसाइट होस्ट करी है. वेबसाइट किस पे चलती है? HTTPS और HTTP पे. So you have to open these two ports in your security group. We have already done that. Okay, if you have not opened the security group, then your website will not work. Means it is hosted, but you will not able to connect. So now what I have to do? Just copy this public URL and go to your browser http:// paste the your EC2 machine public URL. That's it. Even you can try. Anybody can see this public URL. Okay, I will just paste the URL in the chat box just for you to check. Okay, it's a HTTP. We are not using HTTPS. Okay, it's a HTTP, and website is hosted. Simple. Now, if you want, you can create any type of website and put it into that folder www/html folder, and website will be hosted, right? So this is a list of command. Okay, so you have to install the Apache. You have to go to this folder. In this folder, you have to create an index.html file, start the server, and just copy paste your EC2 machine. But make sure that you open the port 80. What is the port of HTTP? It's port 80. And what is the port for HTTPS? It is 442. If you go to your security group, where is my security group? Here. If you go to security group, so what is the port for HTTP? It is port 22. Sorry, port 80. If you go to security group here in the left side, if you go to my security group, you can see HTTP. What is the port? It is 80. And what is the port for HTTPS? It's 443. Okay, you have to open this port. You have to allow the connection to your EC2 machine over this port. Okay, if you just write 80 colon 80, it will open the same. So this is how you can host a website in your EC2 machine. That's what Manisha, you were asking, right? What to do with the machine? You can host a website. You can run a database. You can install the database. You can launch your own application, your own mobile application, which is hosted on the cloud. You can create a software just like your Hotstar. The Hotstars all are running on EC2 machines or similar to EC2 machines. So anything the company wants, you can run on EC2 machine. So right now I have hosted a website. It's a very simple website. If you want, you can download that free website templates. Okay, you can download the templates into the EC2 machine, not in your local machine this time. Where we are hosting the website this time? In EC2. So you have to download this template in EC2 machine. So let's say you are running a website, you are running a company for car service. So download this template inside the EC2 machine, okay? And this template should be available in this folder. Okay, so let me copy the URL. Copy URL. How can we download the to download anything in Linux machine? The command is wget and the URL. Okay, wget is the command to download anything inside the Linux machine. So you can see it is downloading. Now you can see there is a zip file. Remember in our local that time zip was created when we downloaded the software. This still it will be there with me. You can see this is our website, right? We have unzipped this website. Remember this, we unzipped that thing, and inside that you found that index.html. Similarly, I'm doing inside the EC2 machine. Okay, so you can see there is a zip file. To unzip, the command is I think directly unzip unzip and the file name. Okay, this is unzipped. Let's go inside this folder. Okay, all the files are there, but I want all the files to be available in which folder? In HTML folder. So I'm moving all the files from this car repair HTML template. I'm moving all the files from here to HTML. So move star to dot slash. Move star to this folder. It is saying its files are already present. Yes. So I have moved all the files to HTML folder. PWD, I'm in HTML folder, and ls, ll. You can see all the files are here. Okay, I have downloaded a template inside a EC2 machine, and inside HTML folder I have unzipped all the files. Now just refresh that page. Just refresh this page. Now you can see this is IP address of my EC2 machine. A website is hosted, full-fledged website. So using this, this is a static website. Even you can host a dynamic website. And we are going to do that in our lab, final lab, practical. Practical, we are going to do a web hosting again. It's a WordPress application. So you can do anything on EC2 machine. We can install our database. We are going to install our database in EC2 machine. Yes, clear? Agree? Any question? So now just want to show you one couple of more things. So this is on my EC2 machine. If I want to check the health of this machine, how can you do that? What is the CPU utilization? What is network utilization? Remember, you do this thing in your task manager, in your local system. You do this thing in your task manager. Performance of your current machine. How can we check the performance of my EC2 machine? Okay, so click on the machine. I'm in the instance. Click on the machine and click on the monitoring. Can you see? It is giving some charts. Okay, so all these charts are created to understand what is your CPU utilization, what is your network utilization, how much data you are reading and writing. Everything you can check it here. And where all this information is stored, all these informations are stored in CloudWatch. Okay, CloudWatch is a service which we have used previously once, but here I'm going to show you how the CloudWatch is working and how the information are stored. So how your data, basically your dashboards are created, how the graph are created. To create a graph, you require some data, you require input points, right? How much CPU was there at this point, how much CPU was there at this point, and then only you can create a graph, right? You might have created a graph in your school time using some input data, then only you can create the graph, right? So this is called logs. So each machine is creating the logs. Each EC2 machine creates the log. It's called system logs. Right here, all these graphs you can see here. This is the matrix. This is like memory utilization, CPU utilization is given from here. This is a data point right now. Using this data points, the graphs are created. Right. So each machine by default create the logs for you. It is called monitoring logs, and every 5 minutes EC2 machine create the log, and it is sent to which service? It is sent to CloudWatch. It is sent to CloudWatch. So all the logs created from EC2 machine, every 5 minutes the logs are created and they are sent to CloudWatch, and inside that you can check the matrices. So you can just search your EC2 machine ID here. You can see pre-install matrix. So these are the matrices available for you. Okay, in CloudWatch there is a section called matrices. Inside the matrices you can search for your machine information. It will show you the graph, pre-install graph, pre-install matrices of your data of your machine. So you can click on the this one, CPU utilization. So you can see it is showing here. So Observe that every 5 minutes you will find a point. Let me zoom it out. Yeah. So 250, 255, 230 means sorry, 3 o'clock, 305, 310, 315. Every 5 minutes, EC2 machine is going to send the information to CloudWatch, and you can check the matrices from here. You can check the health of your machine. You can check the all these matrices are pre-configured. But if you observe, you will not find a matrices called memory utilization. Here you can see the memory, right? How much memory I am utilizing in our local system. My computer is 32-bit. 32 GB is the RAM of my CPU of this machine. My local machine is of 32. I have 32 GB RAM. But can I check the RAM facility in EC2? Can you see the RAM here? So answer is no. Amazon doesn't give RAM information, current RAM utilization. You can see the CPU utilization, you can see the network utilization, hard disk read and write capacity, and there are some other information, but RAM information is not coming by out of the box. So remember, this is a exam or interview question. They might give you a scenario where they will ask you which matrices is not available out of the box. So in EC2 machine, RAM information is not available. You will not able to see memory information. RAM means memory. CPU basically is a load on your machine. But how much RAM we are utilizing, it's not shown in the out of the box 17 graph. So all the graphs are stored in CloudWatch. First of all, remember. And one copy of that you can see here in monitoring. Everything is stored in CloudWatch, but they have given a tab which will give you they will fetch the information from CloudWatch, and everything is displayed here. Again, monitoring tab is a feature. But all these matrices, all these graphs are stored in CloudWatch. Always remember, it is not stored in EC2 machine, or it is not stored in the EC2 tab. Okay, this matrices, this monitoring are stored in CloudWatch here in matrices, and we are just pulling here. It is just showing the information directly. It is pulling from CloudWatch. If you click here, view matrices, it will open in CloudWatch. You can see it is opening in CloudWatch. All the graph, all the informations are stored in CloudWatch, remember. And here it is giving you a copy of that, or you can say it is connected CloudWatch to your EC2 console. Is it clear? Any question on CloudWatch and EC2 monitoring? Right? Question? Now you can answer why 5 minutes? I'm getting charged for this monitoring? So answer is no. By default, Amazon gives free monitoring for your EC2 machine. But if you want to enable the advanced monitoring, let's go to create an EC2 machine. Okay. If you want, go in advanced, and you will find a monitoring tab. Detailed monitoring, detailed CloudWatch monitoring. By default, it is free. You can click on info. Enable you to monitor, collect, and analyze matrices about your instance through Amazon CloudWatch. I told you what is CloudWatch. CloudWatch basically store all the information about your EC2 machine. All the system log, all the application logs, all the matrices are stored in CloudWatch. Additional charges apply if enabled. If no value is specified, the source template will be used. If the template is not specified, default API will be used. Okay. Now coming to here, CloudWatch matrices. This one. Now by default it is disabled, means you will get the information of your EC2 machine every 5 minutes. and it is free. But if you enable this, what it will happen? It will start sending the information every 1 minute. Instead of 5, it is going to start sending information to CloudWatch from EC2 machine every minute. Every 1 minute it will going to send the information, and it is a chargeable service. CloudWatch monitoring. Okay, but why we want to enable this thing? Let's say you are running a website similar to your Hotstar, or let's say this is my website running on my EC2 machine, and I want to monitor like how many users are there, and what is the CPU utilization, what is the network utilization of my machine, what is the health of my machine. I want to monitor. I need a detailed graph. I need a detailed monitoring information. Then you can enable this thing. Okay. If you enable this thing, instead of 5 minutes, it will send information every 1 minute. Clear? Yes or no? Are we clear about the monitoring of the EC2 machine? So we have a one PPT. We will of CloudWatch, but we will cover that tomorrow or Monday. Okay. So this is all about your EC2 machine. We have covered a lot practical today. I'm stopping here. If you have any question about volumes, about how to create machine, how to enable the logs, please let me know. Okay. So to summarize, we can attach any volume to your EC2 machine. Okay. The volumes you can see here. There will be 3 volumes. Okay. These 2 are attached to one EC2 machine. You can check here what is the machine ID, and other is to second machine. Okay, you can change the volume type, volume size, but you can't decrease if you have already increased. If you try to decrease the size, it will give you the volume cannot be decreased. You can only increase the size. Okay, you can change the type of the volume. Even while running the machine, you can do the modification of your EBS volumes, but Amazon recommends you to stop the machine and then change the type. Then you can enable the delete protection. What is delete protection? Termination protection. Basically, it safeguard you from accidentally deleting the machine. Let's say some nut guy is there in your company which go and select all the machine and they just click on terminate all. Okay, there might be chances that you are running some important information. You are running some important thing on this machine. This machine is important to you, and somebody by mistake they delete all the machine. Okay, to protect that, you can enable the delete protection. Okay, and there is an option called delete the volume while terminating the machine. So while creating the machine, we have opt-out option, delete EBS volume while terminating the machine. You can see here in advance. Click here, delete on termination. That means the volume, the default root volume will be deleted by default. When we terminate the machine, let's terminate 2 machines and see if any of the volume will be available for us. Delete, delete. Now let's go to the volume. Let's check the status in use. So this is a root volume. This one is root volume, this is a root volume, and we have enable delete on termination on these 2 root volumes. But this volume, now you can see it's in available state. That means the volume has been detached from your EC2 machine. Now out of 3, 2 are gone and this is with me. This volume is with me. Can anybody explain me why this volume didn't got deleted? Why this volume didn't got deleted? Because while creating the machine, we didn't tick the checkbox that delete on termination. That means this volume will be in my account until I delete this manually now. And keep in mind, I am getting charged for this volume. Even I am not using it, this volume, I will be charged for this volume. So why I didn't deleted this volume? I can attach this volume to another EC2 machine. This is a hard disk, right? I will store my data on this hard disk. So if you remember the uh, diagram yesterday we have drawn on for the EC2 machine. So assume that this is your machine, right? Inside that machine we have RAM and we have CPU and we have storage. This is RAM, this is CPU, and a root volume. Root volume means we are going to install our application, our OS on that. You can store the data on root volume, okay, user data on the root volume. You can do that, or we can create attach an external volume, external hard disk, and you can store your data on this hard disk. Why we generally attach an external hard disk? Generally, this is a 8 GB disk, right? So we don't store the user information here, like your whatever the data you want to store in the external volume. Why? We don't want to overload the root volume because the user data can go from GBs to terabyte. हमारे पास बहुत सारा डेटा हो सकता है. We can have so much data. It's a small disk. Let this disk work for OS or application. We are going to store our information. Generally, we store in external hard disk. Why? Let's say because of some issue, this EC2 machine crashed down. Because of any issue, this machine goes down. Still, your data will be available in your external hard disk, and you can attach this hard disk to any other EC2 machine. That's why this volume I didn't delete it. I can create a new EC2 machine, and I can attach this external volume to another EC2 machine so that my data will not be deleted. I have stored some data on this machine, this volume, so this can be preserved. Right now I'm deleting it. I'm getting charged for that. But this is how the terminology you can imagine. There is a machine which has an internal hard disk. You can attach an external hard disk. If you want to preserve this hard disk, don't click on delete on termination. You can detach this hard disk from this machine and connect to any other machine. Detach this from this machine and connect to another EC2 machine. I think it is clear. If not, let me know. Right? Any question? Again, this volume will be in the same availability zone. Okay, all the volumes will be in same availability zone. Okay, here you will find the availability zone. I forgot to show you, but all the volumes will be in same availability zone. You can check in which availability zone the volumes are created. They should be in the same availability zone as the EC2 machine you have created. Any question, guys? Yes.